listen, my impatience is going to rule out again today. I can't wait to get this project done and start playing it and see what it'll do. Over the past few episodes of this guitar, we've cleaned it, we put on new tuners, and yeah, that's pretty much all I've done to it. So I'm kind of anxious to see if it'll play it. The first episode of this, we went inside the guitar, well y'all did, and we were checking out impressions and everything, so everything seems to be holding up. Don't know why, maybe I was seeing things years ago, why it's great, I don't know, we're going to find out today. Let me bring you in here because I'm fixing to break some rules here, as always. Alright, so instead of doing the right thing and ordering acoustic guitar strings, I'm going to go and piece together this set of electric guitar strings and try to go ahead and get this thing straightened up. You know, normally you wouldn't put electric guitar strings on an acoustic guitar, and we're going to find out why. But I'm going to go ahead and roll with that because I'm impatient and I don't really tend to follow the rules too much anyway. So, yeah. I just broke the lid of my toolbox standing on the damn thing. Snapped that shit clean off. Might not work again. I don't know. I got 3 latches, so 3 is better than none. 3 out of 4 ain't bad. But anyway, what I was doing here before I got on the camera here, before I started filming, was I was starting to redefine the slot holes for the strings. They were starting to get kind of wore out. So I'm kind of just going through, kind of cleaning up the notches. I'm not trying to dig too much into it, because they are low enough. So I'm just trying to kind of clean them up a little bit, redefine them, so the strings will actually stay in place. Put forwards with it a little bit. You know, messing with something that ain't totally broke, just for the sake of doing it. I ain't going too deep, because they were already perfectly set anyway. I am just trying to clean it up a little bit. Alright, there it is. I'm going to break my toolbox one more time and bring you in. Figured I'd bring y'all in for a little close up here, how I determine the straightness of my neck. I don't have a traditional slotted neck straight edge. I do have this ruler, so really the easiest way I do this is, I know I got daylight underneath the ruler because it's not making contact with the fretboard itself. The straight edges will actually have notches to sit over the fret, so you can rest flush against the fretboard. But what I really do is I look for daylight to come above the frets. And right now, so we can move it all up and down the fretboard, the fret wires, it is perfectly straight. And what you're looking at there is the 3rd fret, 5th fret kind of thing, where the camera's set up right now. On down, and I go lay across basically from the 1st fret, is where I start, to lay it at the 12th fret. So right now, without strings on it, it's sitting perfectly straight. And I'm gonna look at it again once we get strings on it and see if it stays this way. And if it has a bow in it, we might have to readjust the truss rod under string tension. And see what happens there. But if it's not a real strong difference, I ain't gonna worry about it. And let's talk about this for a second, the string height. I probably already did this years ago, adjusted for the string height, because as you see, there goes the string to it. If I set my straight edge, whatever the heck I just did with that, right here, start from the 12th fret and lay it across the frets to the bridge saddle. It's not really the strings. That means the strings just go over the top of that as you can see, it's resting on top of the fret, so they'll just clear the fret. So apparently what that tells me is I've already did lower the action on that saddle, so I will not worry about doing that on this go round. We're gonna go ahead and put strings on it and see what we can do. I did, however, lose the bridge pins to this guitar. Luckily, I have extras just for this occasion sitting right in this little tin box right here. So we're gonna go ahead and put them on. Let's see what we got in here. Let's see. I got a mixture of new and old in here. I got extra nuts in here. That came off the Harmony electric guitar when I was working on it. That's the old one. And this one, I think, came off the 6-string banjo neck. I salvaged that nut. Never know when you might need another one. And this is a pretty nifty little tool right here. This little guitar-shaped thing. This thing here is a bridge pin puller. You just get underneath there and dig underneath it and just pop up. Pretty cool. I bought this kit on Amazon, and yeah, where did that dust come from? And I got an incomplete job update for you. I never did clean out the inside of this guitar. Oh, hell. Well, luckily I got a tool for that. Pop that right out of there. Do you see that? Did you see that easiness? I been spending a few minutes trying to find this 6-string. Didn't know where it was until I looked down and realized I was stepping on it. So that's great. I really put my foot in it this time. So let's get this thing on here. This is a light gauge electric set. It'll make a sound. Might be a little bright. You can see it's already bent. I've already borrowed on this guy off that tiny guitar. I just, yeah, just do what you gotta do to make the set work, And there ain't nothing I do by the rule book anyway. Whatever it takes to get it done, that's usually my philosophy. Whatever it takes to get the job done. Let's go ahead and get this guy on here. Go ahead and stretch out that bend, Oh, I hear it. I hear it. The best thing about these strings are they're already are these extra lights or are these regular lights? This has just got to be a light gauge because the thickest string is a 46 gauge and the littlest one's a 10 gauge. This is a light gauge set. So let's get these strings in here and let's start setting it up because we got to set the strings in and we got to get it tuned up. So far, I like how silky smooth these tuners are moving. I love these tuners. These have always been good to me on the banjo. They never fell out of tune. I could leave the banjo alone for like 2 weeks at a time, come back, that thing still be in perfect pitch. So these are excellent tuners anyway. I don't have anything bad to say about these machine gear tuners. They're getting to be most common now, which is a good thing on a lot of guitars. Even the lower range are going to them. That's real nice. Excuse me, tell me about your G string. It's number 3rd in the rankings. If it ranks, it might not be good. Oh yeah. Now when I get to these thinner strings, 3rd string down, I find that they have a tendency to kind of slip out of the tuning pegs a little easier. So what I do is I run them in a knot. I just slide it right back through, come back through, and pull it tight. And it sets it in a string in a knot, and it also helps with the settling of the string and around the post. A lot easier. I had a winder for these strings, but not anymore. This part takes a while. Oh, when you put them on, make sure you just run them out till you just get the slack out of them. You know? Just where you get the slack out. So that way you're not sitting here winding and winding for hours. Finger test. Okay, so now what we want to do is clean up the mess a little bit here as we go along. Now we want to bring this thing into a rough tuning. Oh yeah, that action is really low. So yeah, I've been here before. But it really only needs string kicking, so I'm not expecting this to have any difference. It doesn't. Just gonna clean up the mess here. Do not cut the whiskers until you are absolutely done with the setup process, because once you cut those, there's really no going back. So do not cut these off, because you might have to take them off again and put them back out. You never know. So leave it until you're done. That is absolutely the last thing you do. Alright, you and I are taking our first look at the action at the 12th fret right here. And I have definitely been there before. If I can get that to focus in a little better for you. It's perfect, actually. So let's get the strings settled in and get this thing in a rough tuning so we can call this done and out. Alright, so what I do, just real carefully, real quickly, and how I settle the strings is real simple. For the first few hours you put a new string on, they're going to be trying to tighten around and settling into the tuning peg. So they're just constantly pulling against it or tightening themselves up until they finally get to the right amount of tension on that, and then it stops. So what you're doing is, you just put it in tuning. What you think it might be. Well, that sounds about right there. Alright, so just do a memorization of the tone right there. Can't find the words to talk this morning. Just kind of memorize that tone. Bang. What you're doing now is you just walk down the fretboard. Hold it up, stretch it. Kind of went just a little bit flat. Do it again until it stops. One more time. Almost. That should have done it right there. Another trick I used to do 1, 2, up, down, slap. That string settled in because the tone hasn't changed. So there it is. Let's move on down the line. Don't worry about getting it perfectly pitched right now. We'll do that in a second. Just kind of stretch it out. See how that string fell flat? I'll try it again until it stops. And you just repeat that process on down the line. Some strings take longer than others, especially the smaller ones. Almost. There we go. There it is. All right, then. Now you just take it and run it through some chords and make sure it's set. Got a pick in there or something. You know, don't worry about that inside. The dust bunnies have never cleaned out this thing. We'll actually give it a nice warm sound. Back in there. But yeah, that happens a little bit too, every once in a while. Start running it through the frets. Yeah, the reason I think you don't really put electric guitar strings on an acoustic was an acoustic for one, and for two, it's got a brighter tone to it, twanginess. And it's not really the warm tone that you would get by using a phosphor bronze set. But I gotta say, it really is a lot easier to match the strings down. I ain't really got a lot of effort. Alright, so I'm gonna let these strings settle in, let them get just right on here, and next episode, don't miss it. The next episode, we're gonna do a playthrough on this old guitar, and you don't want to miss it. It's gonna be a special song. So stay tuned for the next episode. Thank you so much for watching this one. Until I see you, I'll see you when I see you.